Calling it the epic mismanagement of an election, the chairman of the Jefferson County Democratic Party becomes the latest to call for a closer look at the voting delays that happened on Election Day.
Long lines formed in some county locations when e-poll books failed to download data critical to preventing election fraud. We have news reporter David Mattingly tells us who's looking into the problem and why.
Myra, longtime Jefferson County Clerk Bobbie Holsclaw is at the center of those inquiries, and despite apologizing to voters for how things went during the elections, questions of how she handled that election continue.
17 days after Jefferson County voters endured long lines and delays, the question of how this happened seems to have come down to a lack of bandwidth, unable to handle huge files poll workers needed to download. But the question of why it happened remains.
I mean, all the issues that we're talking about right now stem from the lack of leadership at the very top, and I think that's why we saw the issues that we saw on Election Day.
Jefferson County Democratic Party Chairman Logan Gaddy puts the blame on County Clerk Republican Bobbie Holsclaw. 1 week after the election, Holsclaw published an apology in the Courier-Journal saying voting delays did not impact the election results. She apologized directly to people who were unable to vote because of the delays and said, "The good news is there were probably very few such people."
Is she trying to save face? Is she trying to minimize the impacts that happened under her watch? Absolutely she is, and I think that is completely unacceptable.
And Holsclaw is under scrutiny from state Republicans as well. The Attorney General's election fraud hotline took 358 calls on Election Day. 45% of them came from Jefferson County voters. On Wednesday, AG Russell Coleman announced the audit of Jefferson County results.
At the end of this professional, independent, and fair inquiry, it's our hope that our confidence in our elections remains high amongst our fellow Kentuckians.
And we learned today that audit is already underway. Holsclaw declined our request for comment on camera, but her office did send us a statement, and it read in part, "The issues are well understood and will not happen again in future elections." Clerk Holsclaw is now focused on working with the Attorney General. Reporting live, David Mattingly, Wave News.
All right, thank you, David.